Usually fold with the 10-5 offsuit and the 6-5, so continuing to play solid. This king-4 suited, I would again raise small. Here he elects to open shove, and we'll go ahead and pull this up and sitting a wizard. I think this is going to be slightly outside a profitable open shove range, but it's certainly close. And so again, using chin mode, we see that this looks to be a very plus EV push, but we should be a little bit skeptical of this result. For one thing, we're seeing that the suggested pushing range is 100% of hands, and when we look at our opponent ranges, we see that both are calling with approximately 7 to 8% of hands, which means that despite the fact that the blinds are huge and they're facing a button shove, they're folding hands like pocket 7s, ace 10, and ace 9 suited, which may not be realistic. So if we instead look at the Nash ranges, we see that in equilibrium, the blinds are going to be calling 20 and 25% approximately respectively, and that here on the button should shove down to exactly king-4 suited. So I don't know if he had a Nash chart out and was just grinding it out, but if not, this is like to be a fine shove, but raising small would be a decent alternative, and I wouldn't hate making a tight fold here either. Certainly a profitable shove with the ace-9. And with the jack-10 suited as well, this should be part of the equilibrium range. A decent alternative, though, which I would normally do, would be to raise small with the plan of quickly calling from the button onward as a pot odds call, tending to fold to the cutoff unless he's quite lag, but generally just tossing it to him, and he should be on a fairly tight 3-bet range here. Most players will, as well as folding to the hijack unless he's decently lag. And it works out. And while normally I would not shove the ace-jack suited, given that we've just shoved several of the last hands, I like this open shove. We might be put on a wide range shoving so much and get called by worse hands. So for metagame reasons, I do like this shove. Now, if the button had folded, we would have had an easy call in the big blind with the king-7 off, but as is, we'll toss it. In the queen-jack offsuit, we're open shove in the small blind. If the button had shoved versus a reg, we could 3-bet shove, because he should be on a wide range. There'll be some regs shoving any 2 cards or close to it here. In equilibrium, the button should not be shoving any 2 cards, but even if he's just on a wide range, we definitely have the overlay that we need against his range to make a profitable odds call. If he's passive, however, we could certainly fold it. And a good open shove as is. Fine fold with the 9-6 off, particularly considering that we now have a very loose image, having played so many of the hands in the past couple of orbits. Fold with the jack-4 suited and the jack-5 offsuit.